Hello everyone, happy Sunday. I hope you tuned in for my Facebook Live on Sunday. Rose Ward, stampersdelight.com. Yes, I'm back on Sunday evenings. So glad you could join me. As I said on Friday morning, what I was going to be working on this weekend was the Brightly Gleaming suite. I just actually found something else I would have liked to have done, but ran out of time. So, hop on, tell me where you're from, and say hi. And also at the end, I will be doing my giveaway, which I showed you on Friday Facebook Live. So let's get started. Okay, so if you're ordering online, my host code for September is right here. Okay, and let's just start with, move that out of the way. Hi, Megan. Good morning. Okay, so the Brightly Gleaming suite is on page 31. A couple things I want to tell you about the suite. I didn't use, well, I used almost everything, but right here, and I don't want to forget to tell you about this because I almost missed it. Hi, Donna. Hi, Winann. These great pieces right here, which you're going to see me play with, okay, they're right there. They're the gleaming foil stars. Well, guess what? I just realized, because I hadn't looked at this set yet, they have stitched dies in this other So Many Stars. So when I showcase the So Many Stars, I'll be flipping back to this suite also. Just wanted to tell you that. So that's the So Many Stars. It's amazing how many of these things coordinate. Okay, so again, it's page 31 on the catalog. And also, if you turn to page 32 and 33, there's another stamp set called Memories of Home. And those two ornaments work with the punch. Okay. So if you're going to order this suite, do yourself a favor. You're going to want to order this. And I will show you why. The other thing before I forget to tell you that coordinates in the annual catalog, which I ran out of, was the copper trim. You're definitely going to want the copper trim on page 174. All right, are you ready to see what I've done? Now, just to give you a recap, this is what I showed on Friday. And I did show you the gold box because I was doing the tag kit, but I used some of the sweet stuff from Brightly Gleaming suite. I showed you this, and this somebody's going to win tonight. And then also I showed you my tag. I love making tags. And this all is from the Brightly Gleaming suite. Okay, so then what I played around with today, or actually yesterday and today, you're going to see this. This is what I call my Simply Stamping. So I did this card. It's just a simply stamped card. I put some Wink of Stella in here, but it's just stamped with some designer series paper. And then you open it up. And the stamp set, the sayings, are actually to this Memories of Home. You're going to see me using both stamp sets. Hi, Cheyenne. Hi, Danette. Hi, Pam. So the other one I wanted to show you, exact same card, stepped it up a notch. And what I did here was there's that beautiful copper trim. And that's the last piece I had left. So that's on my list for this week. And also I stamped the same card, but I did, I used the subtle background. So it gave it some texture. The other thing I wanted to tell you about this is when you're using background paper, you can actually, you don't have to cut the whole, you don't have to waste the whole thing. You can cut inside here and take that designer series paper out, which is what I did on both of these. So nobody's going to see it. And it saves you some designer series paper. And what I did was when I cut it out using our nestled dies, and I made some matching tags. That's one of them. And then here's another one. Doesn't have the to and from on the front. It has it on the back. So when you're making Christmas cards and you're using that designer series paper, don't forget, cut out that inside piece, and then you can make 2 matching tags. Then, was keeping with the holly berries, I used our plaid ribbon, our plaid DSP, and a banner piece that I had left over from something else. I cut these out because they don't have a die. And that's that one. These I did some Wink of Stella on these too. And again, I'll do still shots. Okay, now to get into the real nice. Well, I think they're all nice, but here's one of them. This one, I used the tin tile background embossing folder instead of the hammered one. And then I just took that and another piece of DSP, which actually was a piece I had left over. Wrap that ribbon around it. The thing I like about this is that you can stamp these ornaments and punch them out. Or you can just punch them out using designer series paper. And then if you notice up here, I have a little bit of baker's twine. This was left over with a little gold in it, so I added that. So the tin tile looks really nice for the holiday. The next one I did was, again, what I did was I used our square dies, and I made a frame. I always say like a frame. It is a frame. And then I used another piece of designer series paper that I had left for the background. Here I actually stamped the ornaments, and then I sponged them. Now this, I wanted to show you this too, because this is the embossing folder from the Halloween set, but it reminds me of brocade, and it looks just as nice for Christmas. Okay, this is a 4.5 by 4.5 card, and again, there's the inside. Now the next one I'm going to show you again. I did the same thing. Here's what I was talking about. Okay, so I took the gold foil paper and our designer series paper. I put those on together, and then I cut them both out with the rectangle or stitched rectangle. And then I put a piece of white cardstock in the back and stamped on that. This is stamped. And this one right there is from these little doodads that you can buy. And that comes with the suite if you buy the suite. They're little ornaments. So I paired it up that way. And be jolly this season. Deck the halls with boughs of holly and be jolly this season. Now, again, here's what I did. I cut both of those pieces out, so I had a piece of designer series paper and a piece of foil. And I made a couple more tags. Nice and shiny. I'm going to have the best dressed presents. And again, like I told you before, I have a one of my containers, one of my stamp boxes that have all these pieces from leftover paper pumpkins and kits or classes. And I put all the white in one, all the very vanilla in another, all the colored cardstock. And then if I'm looking for just a tag, I can just stamp on it. So there we have a pretty tag for a gift. And then the designer series paper piece. Now this I want to show you because I had this left over from last year. Remember these? They were the copper stars. I had a few of those left over in my stash. Here you can see I used that element from this, and I got another tag out of it. Now, bringing in with the gleaming Christmas, Brightly Gleaming, is the home memories of home. With that one, I don't know, I didn't really want to color all this tree in. So what I did instead was I just stamped it in Mossy Meadow. And then I took our little brush and I just sponged some color across it. so I didn't have to color the whole thing in. And I layered that. You can't really see it back there, but that's a piece of designer series paper. This one I didn't cut the middle out, but I could have. I just didn't, which I should have. And then that's the inside. That's a quick way to color if you don't want to color. The next one I did with that, again, that Christmas tree, was I took our Night Before Christmas Memories and More cards that are already made up, and that's got the stars already on it. So what I did, if you can see, is I heat embossed it in white. Oh, thank you, Linda. Thank you, Cheyenne. So I heat embossed it in the white. Yes, some of the stars overlap on the tree, but it's okay. And then, again, I used the little stars from the suite. I put one of those up there, and then I just took different color rhinestones and decorated my tree. I don't know if you can really see it there. With the Merry Christmas sentiment. It seems like maybe this is too dark. Let me move this over. No, that doesn't seem to be catching it that well. Maybe it's just the cardstock that's dark. And of course I stamped the inside. This got a little messed up, but I'll put something over on that. So again, that's the Memories of Home, and it matches and coordinates with the Brightly Gleaming. The next card I have to show you, I did it on our, you know how I love our foiled paper cardstock with the gold and the silver. This one, again, this is our plaid paper, our DSP, flipped over. And when I saw that, I thought of ornaments or stars. So I stamped the two larger ones, punched them out, and then I layered that. You can see I have, well, you might not be able to see it. I have dimensionals back there. And then I took our ribbon with the silver edging and made that. Now, this, I used our new Delicata ink, Glad Tidings, which is in the Memories of Home, and I embossed that. And I wanted a little bit of embossing around the tag. So what I did, and let me just show you what you can do. I'm not going to actually do it, but you would take your Delicata ink or any ink, and you would just take it in the stamp pad and ink it around like this. Okay, the Delicata I'm talking about. And then you can heat it up or put clear embossing powder on it. And you can get any color edging you want. So that's my card there. So those are the cards I got to do. You want to see what we're going to stamp? Okay. First thing I'm going to show you, because it is, well, let's do this one first. This one's going to take me a little bit of time. Okay. Anybody that's been with Stampin' Up! For a while might remember that we had a die set with ornaments. Now we have the punches, which this makes it a little bit easier, I think. Actually, it goes by quicker. So with the punches also, besides the cards, you can make ornaments. Now this was my first one. And I'll hold it up later so you can see it hanging up. But I changed it up a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to make this. The thing is, if you wanted to put it on use it as an ornament, you would just hang it up. But if you wanted to use it as a tag, you could put a to and from back there. So that was the first one I did. Let me move this out of the way. This was the next one I did. And I added a few more. I thought it just needed a few extra little pieces in there. And you can see I used our pretty peacock ribbon in there. And, of course, the Merry Christmas with the copper. And that's the back of it. So let me show you how I did that. Now, I did a lot of these pieces ahead of time, okay? So let me grab them all over here. And I'm doing a different color, too. Hopefully I didn't lose any pieces. I got the fan on here, and I got to make sure I didn't lose any. There's, I am missing one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay. So to make this ornament, or tag, you're going to need 12 of these, guys. I have 12. did I do 12 or 8? 8, I think. 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 of the large ones. So I already put together most of them. You need 8 of the large, and you need 4 of the small. See, this one's going to be a different color. It's going to actually all be blue. Let me show you how I did that. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to use, for each one of these, you need 3 pieces, okay? So here's my 3 pieces. You can use any designer series paper for this. That's what the great thing about it is. And don't see my bone folder? There it is. Okay, so to make that, you're just going to take these pieces and you're going to fold them in half. You could actually use your scoring blade on your paper trimmer if you wanted to. I'm not going to. You're just going to pinch those right in the middle. Oh, thanks, Winann. Yeah, I'm thinking ornament class. Pinch that right there. So you see what I'm doing, right? There's 3 of them. Each one of these need 3 to put together, and I need, again, 8 of those. I'll put all the instructions in the video later. And you want to press it the way you want it to look. Like if you wanted the stripes, you'd be doing it the other way. But, I mean, with this copper, I want the copper showing. Okay. So now I have them all folded, 3 pieces. I'm going to take my Tombow. And I'm going to start gluing. I'm just going to put some glue on one side of this. Take the next one. And if I'm not answering your questions, I will answer them. I'm just not looking up right now. And you're just going to press that down. So there's your first piece. Does everybody see that? Okay. Then you're going to do the same thing on this one. And you're going to line that up and just press them together. And there you go. There's your first piece. Can you see that? Okay. So again, now I needed 8 of the large ones, which I have here now because I just made the last one. I need 4 of the small ones. Then you can either use your 2-inch punch or 2.5-inch punch, 2 1/4, whatever you have. I'm using the Starburst one. And I already punched that out. And you can use either side of your designer series paper, but remember the side you're gluing is the side you're not going to see. I'm going to flip that around and I'm going to show you what you're going to do. You're going to put little Tombow on one side and you're just going to start taking these ornaments and laying them down. I wouldn't put too much glue on too quick because you don't want it to dry without your ornaments. So the flat piece right here is laying right down and you're just layering those together around that circle. The thing I like about the Tombow, it gives me a little bit of time to move things around if I don't like them. We did this ornament many years ago. Like I said, some people are going to remember this with the dies. You don't have to really worry if it's not perfect because you're going to be filling in. I would just press down so it could dry while you're working on it. Just turn it all the way around. Make sure that one's down there. The Tombow works really well with this because it really holds it in place. Okay. Put that one right there. And you can just eyeball it and see. Now I got a bigger spot than I want there, so I'm going to move them around a little bit. Let's see if I can fit him right in there. There he goes. But I'm going to move this one and move this one. This is why I like the Tombow, because I can move them around a little bit. It's a little harder when I'm working on this on camera. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for a second. What you can do, I usually go in with my bone folder, push in a little bit so that it dries. Like I said, I'm not worried about if it's not even. This one's out a little bit, but we'll leave them for now. That's the start of it. Okay, now, the next thing you're going to do is, in the middle here, I'm going to put dimensional. I know some people that have done these use glue dots. Glue dots work too, but I need a little more oomph. It needs to stick up a little bit more. So I'm going to put dimensional in there, but I'm not going to take that piece off yet. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little Tombow here. And in between here, I'm just going to take that center, if I'm saying this right. Okay. This little nodule right there. Okay. I'm just sticking it in there, bending that up a little bit towards me, holding it for a second so it dries a little bit. I might want to change that now that I'm looking at it. Let's just see. Maybe I'll put some ribbon in there first. Yeah, let me take that out. This is why I like the Tombow, because I just decided to try something else here. Remember, I haven't done this one yet. I did that one, but I did it a little bit different. So I'm going to put a glue dot here to hold my ribbon in. Let's see if that works. Come on. See if that'll hold that ribbon. I just want to see if I can put that ribbon in there first. Yep, there we go. Okay. And then I'm just going to bring it over here. Put another glue dot right here. Just going to make a loop here and stick that right inside there. And if you want to, just add another glue dot under there. Glue dots are really pretty strong. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it because I'm going to use another loop here. I'm just going to loop it this way. Okay. So I'm going to cut that piece. That's a little big, but I'm going to loop it. Okay. Take another glue dot right on top of that ribbon. Just press that down in there. I got a little ribbon in there. Okay, now I'll go back to gluing. Put my Tombow on there. I might want to use the glue dot too. Forgot about the ribbon. Okay, so we're going to use the glue dot because I forgot to put the ribbon on there. And the Tombow doesn't really stick too well to the ribbon, but the glue dots do. See, I'm doing it a little different than I did the first one. But that's why I like playing, and you get to see me play and see how it works out. Okay, press that one down. There we go. Grab this one. I'm putting 2 glue dots on the back of these. This weather doesn't know whether it wants to be fall or summer. It was warm out today. The other day it was like totally fall. Okay. Go right in here with this one. You take your pick tool, works great here too, because you can press those down in there. Take the next one. You can add as many as you want. Like the first one, like I said, I only did 4 of the large ones and 4 of the smaller ones, and I just thought it needed a couple extra. Now these glue dots are from my paper pumpkin, of course. That's why they're on a sheet. You know, the glue dots usually come on the roll. Press him in there. Now I'm moving it around that dimensional. I don't want anything on that dimensional yet. I kind of like the blue. I really like the peacock, and then I was going to do another peacock color one. And I said, no, we got to try a different color. Now, anything, again, I will do still shots later, and I will put the measurements on it, and it'll be on YouTube tomorrow. And then this one, I'm just going to stick kind of underneath here. Underneath the ribbon. Press it down. Make sure they're all sticking, which they are. The ribbon doesn't have to be perfect. It's just supposed to look like it's around it. Now I'm going to take this ribbon and I'm going to make a bow. And here's what I found about this ribbon. Okay, you want the sayings on both sides. So when you wrap it, you have to play with it and twist it so that you get the Merry Christmas on both sides here. And then before I tie it tight, I twist it underneath the knot to get the Merry Christmas there too. And then I tie it or tighten it. And then I can play around with it. See what I mean? Now I have the Merry Christmas on both edges. I don't want that quite as big, so I'm just playing with it a little bit. I want the tails a little bit longer. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to take that dimensional, take that off, and I'm just ever so gently so I don't squish everything. Press that down. Another thing to do with take your pick tool and have some ribbon in there. And then what I'm going to do is, wherever I put those, there they are. Stars, I'm going to bring them in. And you have these stars here on these foil sheets. They don't have any kind of glue on them, okay? This I'm going to put a dimensional, not a dimensional, a glue dot right in the middle of this. I'm going to put that right in the middle of here. Press that down a little bit. And you could add more ribbon to it too if you wanted to. That foil ribbon or copper ribbon in the catalog would go gorgeous in here. Of course, I didn't have it, so I couldn't use it. And then I'm going to take one of those other little stars and layer it right in front of that star. Then I am going to take my hole punch. Any hole punch will do. But you want to figure out where you want this hanging. So it's got to be, okay, so here is the Merry Christmas. So right there, between these two right here, I'm going to flatten them out for a minute. And I'm going to take a hole punch. I don't want a real big one, but let's see what size I used on this one. Yep, I can do that. Okay, so it looks like this one will work. I'm going to bring in this hole punch. I have tons of old hole punches. Right in the crease. I'm going to punch through that. There's the hole. And I'm just going to thread my ribbon. That's why I always do everything on an angle too. It's easier to thread. I'm going to pull that through. And knot it. Now, if I was hanging it on a tree, I would knot it close to the top here so that I could hang this part on the tree. If I'm doing it as a gift tag, I might do it further down. But I'm going to put it on my Christmas tree over here in my craft room. So let's just tie it this way. So I am going to flip the camera real quick and then we'll go back down. Okay, so this is the one we just did. And hi everybody that I missed while I had my head down. And can you see? I'll bring it in closer. And then here's the other one that I did in the pretty peacock earlier. And then this is the first one I did that had smaller ornaments. Whoop. So that's how I make the ornaments or tags. You could, I mean, these are going to be beautiful on gifts too. And again, I will put how many of each you need. I hope you like those. Next, I'm going to show you a card. But it could be a gift card. It could be a tag. It could be whatever you want. Okay, so Trisha sent me this as a thank you. And remember, if you didn't see my video, I showed you this. And I thought this was so cute. And had to lift it up here and it lifted up here. And I told her I was going to try something with this. So let me show you what I came up with. There's mine. And inside these are our envelopes, copper trimmed envelopes. Merry Christmas, wishing you a Merry Christmas. And then this one. So let me flip the camera down and I'll show you that one. Oh, thanks, Donna. I have it all. My house. Donna says that she thinks my house must look awesome at Christmas. I have it down to a science. Upstairs in my family room is the fun room. That's the big real tree with, you know, Santa Clauses and red and green. And then in my living room downstairs, it's all in blue, light blue, dark blue. And then my dining room is in mauves. So, oh, good. Trisha, you're on. How do you like it, Trisha? Thank you so much for the great idea. And you're going to like this now, too. Well, you like it because you made it, but okay. So what I did, taking her idea, thank you so much, casing her idea. And this is so quick and easy, and it's such a great thing. What I was saying is you could actually just put a message in this part and put a gift card right here. Okay, or vice versa. So it could be a card, it could be a gift card to give somebody, or it could be a tag on a present. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take that envelope or a little bag, and you're just going to fold it up right to, you want to leave that little scalloped edge there. You're going to just do a crisp edge on that. Now what I did is I took this piece, this belly band piece is 12 inches long. You don't need that long of a piece, but I like to have extra in case I need to, you know, overlap. And it's let's see, I wrote it down here. It's 1.5 inches. Now what I do is I bring that, this is the back side. I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to wrap this in front. And you can also do this loosely so you can take the belly band off if you want, but we're not going to take it off. It's going to be glued down. Okay, you see how this overlaps right here. I really don't need that much, so I can go ahead and cut some. But I like to leave myself a little leeway, so I'm just going to cut that. Doesn't matter because I'm not going to see it. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open that up now. You can use Tombow, you can use snail. I'm going to go ahead and use the snail because it's right here. You could snail the back of it too if you wanted to. And I'm just going to snail that closed. Okay. Now, one thing I noticed I forgot was to cut out my circle ahead of time. But that's okay because I got my starburst punch here. So let me grab... Let's see, do I want to use a different color paper? No, I think I will use Night of Navy. So I'm just going to punch out a starburst there. And that's going to go right there. You can move this band up if you wanted to so you don't see that line too, but you're not going to really notice that. Okay, so that's going to go right there. That one I used a circle. This one I'm going to use the Starburst. Then I'm going to go in and grab this is my star. Oh, wait a minute. See? Knew I'd forget something. And forgot my ribbon. Okay. The ribbon. This is what's really I like about the ribbon too, is I can flip this around and I can put a little snail on one end, hold it down, wrap it around, all the way around. Great gift card holder idea. And I'm just going to snail that back down. Whoop. Just rolled up in my snail piece. There we go. I do a lot of gift cards now that everybody's older. The kids are all older. So I'll be making a few of these. I want to fix him a little bit here. Just want to fix that. Not quite even. Okay, bring that back in. Glue that down. Then I'm going to go ahead and put this right here. And I'll use a glue dot, a couple of glue dots for that. Got a nice good piece right there for a glue dot. Probably don't even need any more than one. I'm going to lay that right in the middle. I'm going to bring in my rhinestones, my Christmas rhinestones. They have that nice blue. I'm going to take the large one and put that right there. Now the only thing different I'm going to do on here is I'm going to add a couple more rhinestones. Just maybe to brighten that up a little bit. Right about there. And maybe one more up at the top here. Okay. Just to brighten it up. So now the folder is done. Now for the insides. I've already cut the cardstock and I'll tell you how I did it. Okay, so the smaller one that goes in front is the 3 3/4. Let me just grab this. So it's the cardstock here, colored cardstock, is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, and again, I'll write those all down and put them in the video. And the white piece that goes on top of it is 3 by 4. So you're just going to see an edge. I'm going to take the Wishing You a Merry Season. So I did everything in pretty peacock earlier, and then I'm showing you everything in Night of Navy. So I'm going to take this. I'm just going to put Wishing You a Merry Season. I'm going to bring in my 3 ornaments. I think I already put those back, so let me just grab this one. And I used the 2 from this set and the 1 from here. The thing I like about this too is what I can do is I can take all 3 of those ornaments, put them close together, close as I can, and I'm going to put those right across the bottom. Make sure it fits. Yep. And just to make sure, I'm going to stamp it there first. Looks good. Even if they're off the edge of the cardstock a little bit, that's okay too. It's just an edging. There we go. I could also put some doodads in there if I wanted to. just going to go ahead and nail that down. Whoop. Onto my Night of Navy. And then I'm going to bring in the other pieces, which are, whoops, there goes my ruler, which are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 and 4 by 3, I'm sorry, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 and 3 1/4 by 4. 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 and 3 1/4 by 4. I'll write them down. Okay, so this is going to go right over on top of this. Now, depending on how you want or what you want, let me show you what this goes in the front piece. This one goes in the back. If you don't want the words showing, see how some of those words are showing, you're going to put it down further. So let's do this. Let me get out from the Brightly Gleaming set this other little piece. See if it fits on here. You got this block right here. And what you can do, see, I'd like to change it up a little bit. Take the Night of Navy. Excuse me if you can see my head. Put that little doodad in there. There we go. And then the saying, which is right here. And it was here. It's because I switched blocks, okay? And again, the saying from this is from the Memories of Home. Some blocks around here. So that I'm going to put right there. Then we're just going to layer that up. You like that idea, Fran? Well, we have to thank Trisha for the idea. Absolutely love this. Yep. Gift card, you know what? Ooh, lotto tickets would fit in there too. My mother-in-law loves scratch-offs. Okay. And then this would go in the first piece. And this would go in the second piece. I can see these bags going out of stock now. So the reason I put that little doodad thing up there now was because now if I leave this hanging out, I don't care, because see how the words were showing? Well, now it's just a little decorative. You like those? So let me bring in, I hope you like those. I love them. Thank you, Trisha, for the idea. Let me bring in the other cards here that I showed. And I will do the still shots. Of course, my ideas with the card and cutting through 2 pieces and then making the tags. The still shots will be up tonight. The information hopefully will be too. Oh, show you the hammer. I forgot. Is the hammered metal die. Okay, which goes with the suite too. And I'll be honest with you, one of the reasons I didn't use it was because after I made all these little pieces on the last time I was showing you, I misplaced my embossing folder. But that's what that looks like. It does go to the suite. We've got the holly leaves. Again, we've got the simple stamping. 2 different versions. With the tags. We've got one of my favorites. I just love the foil, the silver and navy blue. And of course our ornaments or tags. And of course, from last week, again, I'll just show you this again. We've got the box with the ornaments in the hammered die, or hammered embossing folder. Another tag. And of course, my giveaway for tonight. Let me flip this. I really hope you enjoyed this. I had a blast playing with this stamp set. Want to see a sneak peek of next Friday mornings? Okay. I started playing with that too. Let me just get one. Friday morning Facebook Live, I will be playing with, where is my, I better tell you the right name, the Free Skate Bundle. So this is just a sneak peek. This will be my giveaway from today's video on Friday. Okay, so Friday morning this will be the giveaway. So leave your comments, tell me where you're from, share my video, whether it's here or on YouTube. And I will be playing with the Free Skate Bundle on Friday morning, still at 8 a.m. And for tonight, we will have to give this away. So give me 1 minute. Let me pull the name. And the winner is Linda Davis. Linda Davis, I don't have your address, so just private message me your address. You are the winner of my giveaway. Thank you so much for watching and leaving me a message. And don't forget, Friday morning, 8 a.m., I'll be back here for Facebook Friday morning. And we'll be doing the skate bundle. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope you have a great Sunday evening. And have a great week. See you Friday. Keep on stamping, Stampers. Bye.